Audio and sound effects in this video were created using audio.com. Use the link in the description to get 10% off.
Hello everybody, welcome to Filmmaking. Today, Bojan Zilovic here. So, are you interested in getting into vintage lenses and don't want to spend too much money? Let's talk.
This is the Canon FD 35-70mm f-stop 3.5 to 4.5 vintage lens. This lens was made in 1983 and is part of Canon's new FD lens series. Let's take a look at the lens more closely. The aperture goes from 3.5 all the way to 22. On the lens you will find an aperture ring, which is clicked, the zoom ring, which is very smooth, and the focus ring, which goes from infinity all the way down to macro, which is about 0.5 meters away from the subject. In my case, I also have a simple micro 4/3 adapter to use with my cameras. Make sure yours has an open lock feature, otherwise you won't be able to adjust the aperture. Now let's take a look at the sharpness. Wide open at 3.5, the lens is a bit soft. But once you step down to 5.6, it gets much sharper. And once you step down to 8, you will notice a significant difference. Now let's take a look at some footage and photos taken with the lens.
Alright guys, so as you can see, this is a pretty sweet lens. First of all, the price is just right. Obviously, depending on where you get it, the price will vary. In my case, I paid 60 Canadian dollars for the lens and also for the camera. It's the Canon, I forget the name, I'll put it on screen. And the camera actually does work, so at some point I might actually test it out. But yeah, so that's how much I paid at a local store. I've seen it on eBay anywhere from 30 to 60 US dollars, so price will vary. There's a few things you got to make sure when you're buying a vintage lens. Obviously, make sure that it works, that the rings work, the aperture, all that stuff. Make sure there's no fungus, there's no haze. Sometimes, you know, that will be hard to tell. If you're buying it online, you're just going to have to rely on the person's description and make sure that they are accurate. So those are the things you definitely want to make sure. Dust, all that stuff. Yeah, so once you get yourself one of these, obviously you need an adapter for Micro Four Thirds or whatever system you're using, right? This specific one, so there's something interesting here. If you are adjusting the actual, so going from 35 to 70, right? Like most lenses, it will move this part up and down, right? Problem is, if you have a, the way it's constructed, you actually have to put, so I have a skylight ring on here, but then I have a second one on there without glass, just on there, because unfortunately the way this works, once you push it about 50, it goes down and then it goes up. So in my case, I have a step-up ring, so it's a 52 to 58, and if I didn't have the two rings underneath that, I couldn't actually put the step-up ring because it goes below the this plastic bit here, if that makes sense. So it goes below and then goes up. So that's something to keep in mind, I guess. If you want a step-up ring, you're going to have two rings below that to push it up and then have a step-up ring. I hope that makes sense. That's the only weird part I found about this, but anyway, just keep that in mind. Aside from that, as you saw in the video, when it's wide open at 35, it is definitely softer, which is pretty normal for these guys. But once you go down to 5.6, especially once you're down to 8, it's great. It's sharp in focus. It's all good. Yeah. So there's that. Aside from that, I think this is a great kit lens. Right? I mean, it's not the greatest range, 35 to 70, right? But it's very nice, sort of a kit lens type of a range. It can be used for all kinds of things, especially if you have a focal reducer or a speed booster, that will bring it down even further, from 35 to, can't do lens math right now. Again, I'll put it on screen what it would bring it down to, and then it's even a better range when it comes to that. So yeah, that's that. Also, it's got the macro feature, which is always cool. So you're getting a macro lens, you're getting a really cool kit lens. Yeah, it's not the greatest, it's not the fastest lens, but if you're looking for a multi-purpose lens, this will definitely do the job. So there's that. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm very happy with it. It's a really cool lens. I'm definitely going to keep using it. And stay tuned. There will be more FD lens videos coming your way. I am getting also a few other ones and having a lot of fun with that. So stay tuned for those. They will be coming soon. Okay, that's that. Thank you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, tell your friends, all that good stuff. And stay tuned for more. Thanks.